seek a rest. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Saturday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios in the bunker in beautiful New Jersey, as the lights are flickering on and off. And Scotty's luxurious castle, the most expensive one-bedroom apartment in Beverly Hills, California.
That's damn straight.
Yep, as we're streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Devils losing in a shootout in a thriller.
Yeah.
In the Vegas. And Scotty.
The thriller, not in Manila.
Yeah, not in Manila. I was trying to figure out what to rhyme it with, but I thought it was overall, I thought it was an excellent effort by the New Jersey Devils. There's a lot of great things to take from this game. But, Scotty, I'm going to hand it over to you for the game recap.
All right. Yeah, I mean, man, really, it's just Aiden Hill. I mean, that's really what it is. It was just Aiden Hill tonight.
That's pretty much what it was.
It really was. I mean, that dude played unfriggin' believable, and it's a story that we've heard before against the Devils this season, where the goalie just plays lights out and really saves the opponent. That is what happened tonight. Game number 61 on the road, Vegas Golden Knights. The big news, I guess, we added some beef today, Sam Wu.
Yes, we did.
We added a meat and potatoes type of player over there. Like a little steak? You like a little roast beef? You like a little London broil?
Hamburgers?
You like a little hamburger? You like a little prime rib? Oh, yeah. So from now on, as soon as he starts, I'm going to have to be doing that. That is a tasty burger. That's that Hawaiian joint over there. Come on. Please tell me you've seen Pulp Fiction at least, Sam Wu.
Hey, where's the meat?
Nope.
Big Kahuna Burger.
Nope.
We're going to have Curtis Lazar, the old Big Kahuna Burger. That is a tasty burger. May I wash that down with your beverage? Come on, please tell me you've at least seen Pulp Fiction once in your lifetime, Sam Wu.
Nope.
That hurts me. Well, we're going to have to get Sam Wu a Big Kahuna Burger t-shirt, I believe, so he can wear it. He won't know what it means, but at least we get him a Big Kahuna t-shirt over there. But, yeah, Curtis Lazar coming to town. Apparently, Eric Hall, his wife, and Curtis Lazar's wife are best friends, so there's a nice little Boston Bruins reunion going on. And I know Mr. Wu, thank you, Ariel. Oh, I know. This is a robbery. That's right, JP. How does Sam Wu never seen Pulp Fiction before? But I know Sam Wu was excited. When I first saw the news, I was kind of like, okay, like depth signing, all right. But then when you start really looking into it, I think this might be a really good, sneaky signing. The one thing that I was worried about with Curtis Lazar, obviously, he signed for 2 more years as well. He didn't have the greatest year in Vancouver. You know, he's only got, 5 points in 45 games or something like that?
Yeah, nobody did in Vancouver.
But that's the thing. Vancouver's just been like a black hole of just nothing, I feel like, for these past, 2 years, where they've just, everyone that's been there has struggled so much, you know, besides, JT Miller last year and, Quinn Hughes didn't have, the greatest year this year. He's still putting up points. But I feel like everyone in Vancouver has just struggled. And maybe him coming out to Jersey, reuniting with Holla, it might be a sneaky good trade. We know he'll drop the gloves. We know he's going to hit. You put Timo Meier in there as well. He's going to hit too. So we're adding a little bit of beef, which we like to see. He's a good penalty killer. And the one thing I was worried about Sam Wu, I was just like, oh, man, we just got slower. But when you look at the scouting reports, Curtis Lazar is a pretty good skater. He's not like a turtle out there and going to be just like getting outskated by everyone, especially in this day and age where people are just flying left and right. I think this is going to be a sneaky, sneaky good move. I wouldn't be surprised, he does play right wing and center. Bastion may find himself being a healthy scratch here and there. Jesper Boquist maybe as well. But I'm excited. I know he's been on the IR and he just got activated, but I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. Now that I've done a little bit more research on it and, realized that he's got a little bit more to him than just a regular penalty kill. And he was a first-round pick back by the Sens back in the day. Yeah.
By the way, did my video, that scouting report video on Lazar, help you with your research?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sam Woo's always good.
About the beefalytics.
Sam Woo's all about the beefalytics, and I think we got some good beefalytics there. I mean, hey, what did he say? I'm a meat and potatoes type of hockey player. So he's going to go out there. He's not going to try and wow you. He'll let Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt, do all, and Timo Meyer. He'll let them do all that. He's just going to hit some people. He's going to kill some penalties. He's going to win some faceoffs, and he'll chip in some goals. He'll chip in some goals, but he's going to be a presence in front of that net.
That's exactly what I was saying all along that was missing from this team. Just those type of lunch pail type players. And, I was actually screaming about it on the Woo Report before the trade that happened today, last night. It's like, show me the beef. Where's the beef? And what happens? Tom Fitzgerald gets a player like Lazar. Again, let's not overhype him. He is who he is, but he didn't overpay. He got that role player, right? And just by his attitude, it's almost like they listened to the podcast.
He's a mil per.
Yeah.
He's a mil per. He's not like a big, $3-4 million like player. He's $1 million per year.
Yeah.
He's got a 3-year deal for $3 million. I think this is a real. And you know what? You know what else he brings, Sam Woo? Playoff experience.
Yes.
Which is something this team doesn't have a lot of because it's a lot of young guys. Besides Palat and Haula, who else has got all the playoff experience, Nobody.
Nobody really. I mean,
I guess Tatar, right? But
yeah.
No, Tatar, remember when the Canadians wouldn't even put him in the lineup when they had that run? That's why he was so pissed. I know he's been there before, but
Palat's got the experience.
Palat's got the experience, obviously, but Lazar's got it too.
I think Hamilton has experience, obviously. Hamilton.
Not as much, though, I would think. How many times has Dougie been in the playoffs?
I'll have to look that up.
With a deep run? Lazar had that with Boston. So either way, I think it is a sneaky good move there.
And Haula.
Yeah. Yes, you're right, Josh. They were talking about that in the game. Haula and Lazar's wives are besties. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think that's a sneaky good move right there. And I think it's going to be a really good one. And no, Cornhole, we're not going to get swept by the Rangers. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard. So no, that won't be happening. Look at the points. Look at the standings. And by the way, none of our acquisitions have even played on the ice yet. So yeah, Devils going in here to this game.
Took my line. I was going to save that for the end. Thanks a lot, Scott.
Yeah. 14-0-1 against the Pacific Division. Okay, so now we're 14-0-2. Undefeated against the old pack there. Not bad. Akira Schmid starting in goal. No Graham Clark. No Timo time. No Lazar just yet. We're hopeful. Like Timo is now cleared for contact and practice and everything like that. Maybe we see him in Arizona. Lindy says he's getting close. Wants to get a few more practices in with him. So hopefully we'll see him on Sunday. That would be nice. Get a little Timo time action going on. All right, we'll see what happens. play than they give up? No. I don't know what you're talking about. Didn't the Rangers just need to go to overtime to beat the Flyers? What was the score when we played the Flyers? Sam Wu, what was that score?
It was a touchdown. I know they.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's what we're talking about over there.
Yeah.
Any hoozle. Akira Schmid had a shutout streak going. It obviously ended in this game, but I thought he had a pretty decent game as well. But nothing like Aiden Hill. I mean, Aiden Hill just stood on his head, and it started right in the beginning. I don't know if you remember, but Nico Hischier. It seems like it was ages ago, but Nico Hischier started out this game with a breakaway. And he had that backhand, and he almost put it through the 5-hole. Puck was kind of ping-ponging a little bit between the legs, but it didn't go through there. Jack Hughes had a great opportunity. There was Eric Halla. I don't know if you remember that. He picked the puck I don't know if it was in the neutral zone or if it was right at the blue line. He picked the puck. He passed it over to Palat, who was coming up on the boards, and then Halla made a beeline for the net, and Palat put a great pass right on the stick for a tip deflection, and it just went wide. Jack got stopped at the side of the net with Hill literally diving across to stop it, and then wasn't it Jesper Bratt was on the other side, I think, and one of the Knights defensemen, I think, came sliding in to block him from a wide open net. That was pretty crazy over there. And then, the Devils really dominated that first period. And what happens? A lucky bounce off the boards, a blast from the point goes off the backboards and caroms out the other side right to Marchessault, and he buries it, wide open net. You can't blame Akira Schmid on that one. It was just a crazy bounce off the backboards. His 18th of the year at 7:48 of the first period. Jack Hughes then had, that's right, Jack knocked the puck down in the neutral zone, and then he came streaking in. He had a backhand opportunity that Hill stopped, and then he got his own rebound, and Hill stopped that one as well. Holy Hanneman. Akira Schmid came up with a big glove save on a 2-on-1 not too long after that. He also got the rebound, and then something we've seen very often this year, the PPG, power play goal for your New Jersey Hockey Devils from the man, Jesper Bratt, who, by the way, I don't know if you heard that news or not, Fitzy, working on a contract. We know it's been out there for a little bit. Haven't heard too much information, but we know there are some offers on the table. Want to keep this man in New Jersey for the long haul. And Jesper Bratt really made this play happen because the Devils on this power play, they were keeping the Knights pinned into the zone, and they almost got the puck out, but it was Jesper Bratt who went and retrieved it, got the possession back, was able to feed Dougie out at the point, and then he moved it over to Jack Hughes, and Jack did his patent move where he starts sliding in. He starts creeping in towards the goal, and you don't know if Jack's going to shoot, he's going to pass, what's going to happen, and we've seen this a number of times. And actually, Ken Danico and Captain Bill Spaulding pointed it out. In previous years, we've seen Jesper Bratt miss the one-timer. Shank it a little bit, maybe hit it off the heel of the stick, not get all of it. This year, we have seen Jesper Bratt bury the one-timer, and that's what he did at, what time was that? 15:16 of the first period. Jack Hughes, a cross-ice pass once again, and boom! Jesper Bratt slams it into the open net past Aiden Hill. Devils tie it up 1-1. Power play goal number 25 for Jesper Bratt. He's like, oh, I heard Scotty and Sam on Devils After Dark talking about Timo and Nico and Jack all being above 30 goals. Well, I think I could be above 30 goals as well. So, yes, you can, sir. You only need 5 more to get to that 3-0 plateau, which would be very, very nice. Have 4 30-plus goal scorers on the team? I don't remember the last time that's happened. That's a long time ago. Sam Wu's going to have to look up and do some memory recall. That's got to go back to like A-line era or something like that. But Jesper Bratt gets his 25th. Jackie Boy gets his 39th assist of the year. And Dougie Hamilton gets his 41st assist of the year on that power play. And then, hey guys, don't forget about me. Nico and Timo and Jespo and Merso. I can score goals too. And then maybe you guys can buy me some beer afterwards. DM me at DM91. That's me, Dawson Mercer. The man with the wonderful waft of hair that flows in the wind when he's out there on the pregame skates without his helmet on. Dawson Mercer, who has just been absolutely on fire since this new first line has been put together with Tuna and Nico and Merce. Holy hell, was this a nasty shot? Nasty shot. I almost jumped off the couch. Winston was like, "What the hell are you doing, Dad? We're trying to watch the hockey game over here." I literally almost jumped. I did. I jumped out of my seat when this shot happened. Dawson Mercer creates a turnover in the offensive zone. Not in the neutral zone, in the offensive zone. Creates the turnover, works his way around the defenseman, going wide, kind of fading, and he just whips this wrister far side, and you hear it, ka-ching, like the money right there. Dawson Mercer ka-chinging it off of the post and in. Wow, what a shot. If you didn't see it, if you missed it, get to your NHL app or whatever and make sure you see the replays of that shot. And that hockey play, creating the turnover, getting around the defenseman. The natural thing would be near side because that's the way he's fading down low, but he puts the puck back the opposite way. Far side, ka-ching off the post and in. 8 straight games with a goal. He's already got the Devils record. Now he has tied the all-time franchise record going back to, it's someone from the Colorado Rocky days. I can't remember who it is. But the all-time franchise Rocky Scouts Devils is 8 straight games with a goal. Dawson Mercer has now tied it with his 21st of the year at 19:32 of the first period, unassisted, 2-1 Devils. And by the way, they just dominated that whole period. Besides that lucky bounce that Marchessault got, Devils dominated that period. Second was a little bit of a different story because it was a more even period. And the Knights played a lot better in the second period. Palat, oh man, he had a horrible turnover. I don't know what he was thinking. He literally just gave the puck right to the Knights. He was trying to send it back to the defense, but Marino was taken out of the play. That was not good. Akira Schmid came up huge in that moment. Timely saves by the goaltender. Akira Schmid there with the glove. But definitely a much more even period. And then the Knights eventually do get the goal. Marchessault gets his second of the game, his 19th from Barbashev and Eichel. No, Jack Eichel. And basically the Devils just couldn't work the puck forward. They couldn't get it forward. And Marchessault ends up just walks in basically and puts it into the net over Akira Schmid's glove. Probably one Akira Schmid would say he would want back, but Marchessault, he's got a nasty shot too. And it was basically just a one-on-one right there. So, yeah, that's a tough one to put on Akira Schmid. As a competitor, he's going to say, I want another shot at that one, but I don't know if you could really pin that one on Akira Schmid. So Marchessault puts it home, his second, his 19th of the season at 12:50 of the second period to tie the game. And then Akira Schmid, wow, really came up with another like 2, 3, maybe even 4 big saves on a power play. The Devils were essentially pinned in to the zone on the PK for basically the entire 2 minutes of the power play. The Knights had them pinned in there. And they did not get one shift change on that power play. I think they actually cleared the puck with about 3 seconds left in the penalty. And Akira Schmid came up huge, making a bunch of saves there to keep the game tied at 2-2. Dawson Mercer then had, man, this kid, he's unreal. He had he was spinning and put like a backhand shot, and then to match that, Aiden Hill somehow came up with a save on that. Another one that I'm sure will show up on the highlight reels. He robbed Jesper Bratt as well at the side of the net after there was some nice pretty passing by the Devils, and the puck kind of bounced around in front of the net. It went right to Jesper Bratt at the side of the net, and Hill got that one too. Man, he was all over the place, And then in the third period, we know very early on, Jack Eichel went and put the Knights up 3-2. Marchessault got the assist on there, 3-point night for him. 3:47, Jack Eichel gets his 23rd on the wrister, and it was an exciting third period as well. There was a penalty shot that Akira Schmid stopped. Might have probably should have been 2 penalty shots at the end of the game there when Jesper Bratt got slashed. Right at the end, Carlson got his stick on his hands, but whatever. And we saw the BMW line come back to life. Nice to see the puck starting to get chipped in by them. Miles Wood in front of the net, throwing the beef down over there, not afraid to go to the dirty spots. He's able to jam it home at 12:53 of the third to tie this game up 3-3. We end up going into, right at the end of the game, the Devils were really pushing. They had a number of opportunities. I mean, I can't even think of all the incredible saves that Aiden Hill made through the course of this game. I mean, there were just so many of them. I think the Devils had 40. Did they have 49 shots? Did they break? No, they had 49 shots on the game. And the Knights had 30 blocks. 79. Wow. But OT was more of the same. The 3-on-3 action. The Devils are very good at that. And they came damn close a number of times. And we will mention again there, right at the end of the third period, it did look like Jesper Bratt was in on a breakaway. And if you watch the replay, it was very quick. So I guess we'll give the refs a little slack on this one after their bonehead calls from the last game with the non-offsides. It was very quick, but it looked like Carlson did get Jesper Bratt in the hands with his stick. Should have been a penalty shot, or at least a penalty going into the OT. Whatever. The overtime, again, was filled with a number of opportunities for the Devils. Aiden Hill played great all along, went into the shootout. Nobody scored in the first 3. I'm surprised there was no Jack Hughes in here. For the Devils, it was Tatar, Hamilton, Mercer, Bratt. No Jack Hughes. No Sharon Govich, who does have a pretty good penalty shot. I was a little surprised by that. But either way, the Knights get it on their 4th time to win the game. Puck went off the glove of Akira Schmid, kind of a straight-on shot there, and just kind of went off the side of the glove and in. Knights win the skills competition there. They get the 2 points. Devils get the 1. 3 stars of the game. Really no surprise here. Aiden Hill was the first star. Jonathan Marchessault gets your second, and Jack Eichel gets your third. Shots on goal for the Devils. Like we talked about, pure domination in that first period. And what a good thing, too, because we've talked many times on this show. Actually heard Patrick Eliash the other day and Bryce Salvador talking about it in the intermission about this team starting slow. Well, first period over here, 17 shots for the Devils in the first period. Only 4 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Second period, like we said, different story, a little bit more even. 10-14, and then the third period, 14-9. Devils had 8 shots in the overtime. 8 shots in that 5-minute 3-on-3. Knights didn't have any. 17-10, 14-8 for a total of 49. That is a Slayer raining blood, raining pucks from the Devils on the ice. Even in the L. Knights 4, 14-9, 0 for a total of 27. Face-off percentage, Devils had the advantage, 54% to 46. Power play, they were 1 for 2. Knights 0 for 1. Devils out-hit a lot here, 37-17. 29 blocks for the Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, we've seen those numbers before. We've seen them all season long, really. 15 for the Devils. Only 6 giveaways. Only 5 takeaways for the Devils. 14 takeaways, though, for the Golden Knights. So a couple of things here and there. Very exciting game. You know, you wish you got the 2 points. You got the 1. Did Carolina win? I'm not even sure. I didn't see the because they're playing.
They destroying them.
They destroyed Arizona. Okay, yeah. So they're back up by 2 points now. They still have 1 game in hand. We are 7 up on the Rangers. We have 1 game in hand on them, and we still don't have any of our trade deadline acquisitions playing just yet. Just remember that. This team's going to get even nastier with Timo. And then you're going to I don't know how often Lazar is going to play, but I would think that he's probably going to get in there.
He's already having an effect right now. I'll tell you a reason why. Because you see how Boquist played? He's playing for his job right now.
Yeah.
So he was outstanding, I thought, today, Boquist. Because you know that the bottom speed. Yeah, you know the bottom 6 is going to be it's competition. It's what have you done for me lately? That's what's going to be. Who's going to get playing time down the stretch? Scotty, I mean, if you're off your game, you're going to have to ride the pine because now the Devils have depth. This is a happy problem right now.
What's this Max deserve to win-o-meter? 92% for the Devils. Expected goals 7.02. Yeah. I mean, really, they could have had like 6 or 7 tonight. Easily. It could have been another touchdown tonight. It really could. Aiden Hill, I mean, he won this game for the Knights. Let's face it.
And it's kind of – sorry.
No, good.
But it kind of sucks because Schmid made some huge – timely saves.
Schmidt,
you have to give him credit. He kept the Devils in it. It's just when the Devils took over and dominated, towards the end of the game, especially in overtime, that's where Hill just took over. So it's
8 shots.
Played well.
8 shots in that OT. And it's not like they were like there were some really, really good opportunities there. I think, didn't Bratt get like he had sort of a partial breakaway, I think, right at the end of the game as well.
Yep.
Jesper Boquist even got an opportunity or 2, I think, in the OT as well, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it was literally, that was Aiden Hill's game. He won that game for the Golden Knights, okay? It happens. The Devils got a point. They came back. They still put 3 in on them. Okay, it's fine. You're going to go to Arizona. Don't get caught in the trap game, okay? Go out there. Wrap that one up. Hopefully it's Timo time. You're going to add a lot more firepower there. Like Sam said, these bottom 6, they're going to start hustling even more. But I'm starting to think about that now. If you put Lazar in that, you reunite Lazar and Haula. I was immediately thinking 4th line, but if you reunite, Lazar, Haula, and
Palat,
whoo! And then you may bump Sharon Govich down to that fourth line. You know, you got Sharon Govich, Boquist, and Bastion maybe, you know, fighting for a position over there. Miles Wood is starting to put the puck in the net, so if he keeps that up,
What
he's going
about
to stay in
Mikey
the lineup.
McLeod on those face-offs in overtime? I mean, he was just
Mike,
a monster.
yeah, he's not going anywhere. He'll be there in that center position. But I'm starting to wonder, you know, do they do that at first? You know, especially against Arizona, maybe. Oh, well, we got to see exactly. I got to read up about Lazar's injury and where he's at, because I know he just got activated yesterday. So we got to really like see where he's at, like physically right now, you know, before we start like, you know, dreaming up some lines and stuff like that. But I really think that could be a really sneaky good acquisition. Devils are going to be nasty. Carolina is only 2 points ahead. We got a couple. How many games do we have against Carolina left? I got to look at that. Where's the Devils schedule? I'm going to go back and see how many games do we play against Carolina. Do we have any against Carolina left? Oh, we don't. We've already played all our games against Carolina. Well, that don't matter. They only have one game in hand. Oh, no, we do. We play them next Sunday, the 12th, at home. Okay.
Big game.
Wonderful.
That's
a huge game right there.
Lots on the line.
That's a back-to-back. That's a back-to-back, too. We got an away game in Montreal on Saturday, and then Sunday is a home game against Carolina, and then you got Tampa Bay coming in for 2 right after that. So, I mean, we've talked about this the last show. This month of March is a little nutty, you know? Colorado, Vegas, Arizona, okay, but you got Toronto, who has just restacked themselves, okay? Washington seem to be kind of on the outs. We know Montreal's not going anywhere, but then Carolina, Tampa Bay, Florida, Tampa Bay, Minnesota. Man, who did why can't I think? Who did Minnesota pick up? I can't think of it right now. They made a nice Bill Guerin made a nice move or two there. Buffalo,
I know
Ottawa.
what you're talking about.
I can't think of it right now. But either way, yeah. Yes, you're right, Max. We got the Rags once. We got the Islanders once. Well, yes, Klingberg. Thank you, Antonio Klingberg. Yeah, from Anaheim. I didn't know if he was going to get moved or not. And Kulikov went to Pittsburgh, I think. I was kind of hoping that, you know, Fitzy would pick up a D-man, but there's no, you know, this team is playing so well the way they are right now. Like, and Luke is coming before the season is over. Luke.
Hey, where's the beef?
From Lil Fireboy, he made the graphic.
Ah, very nice.
The beef lips.
Thank you, sir.
Curtis Lazar, number 41.
We need to get him a Big Kahuna burger as well. That is a tasty burger. Samuel, I can't believe you've never seen Pulp Fiction.
No, I was deprived as a child.
You know, there are these like streaming devices and stuff like that, you know, Netflix, HBO Max, you know, things like that.
I do a podcast right now that takes up a lot of my time.
It takes up a lot of your time.
All right, well, here, you produce. I'll go watch it right now.
Yeah, Selecta. Yeah, Kulikov is in Pittsburgh. Thank you. JP, I was kind of looking for Kulikov to come back, but it's all right. It's okay. You know, the Devils, I know a lot of people are saying this, but the Devils are playing with house money right now. I don't think anyone is expecting them to make a huge, you know, killer run to the finals, especially now. I know people are all up about Tarasenko and Patrick Kane, but I'm more looking at the Boston Bruins adding Tyler Bertuzzi. I'm like, whoa, man, I'm looking at the Bruins and the Maple Leafs as the two teams that really, really I feel like struck gold in improvements. We'll see if, the Maple Leafs, though, they seem to choke every single year, so we'll see. But, man, the Bruins, adding Bertuzzi, whew. Especially with Taylor Hall doing Taylor Hall things, and he's going to be out. Bringing in Bertuzzi like that is a awesome move.
Yeah, it's a great move for
Boston is just,
I don't know. I mean, the Devils, they're going to have to use their speed to get around some of these guys, in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have to hustle. And that's why it's important to roll 4 lines, Scotty.
Absolutely.
So that, the Devils don't get worn down. It can't be just Jack Hughes and Bratt all the time. And obviously Timo and the rest. It's got to be a well-balanced team. Now they have depth. You can alter the lineup game by game in the playoffs and keep guys fresh as well in the bottom 6 and wear the other opponents down. I mean, I think that's probably what the Devils are going to need to do. They're not going to out-hit you, but they can turn off, the RPM.
Well, I think with Timo and Lazar coming in, you're going to definitely get some more physicality. But when they do get to the playoffs, don't be surprised to see some guys shuffling in and out. I think Ken Danico said it on the game tonight. It's not just your set standard players every single night. Look at Dano himself in the 0-3 Cup run. He got benched a couple games. He was pissed off about it. But hell's bells when he got himself back there in the lineup was he motivated to play. And those bottom 6 guys, Boquist, a Bastion, Lazar, maybe Miles Wood, maybe a Sharon Govich.
Injuries happen all the time.
Injuries happen as well.
Remember Joe Neuendijk when he got hurt?
That's right.
Big part of that 0-3 team. And he
That's
didn't play
right.
the rest of the way.
Yep. So, yeah, you're going to see those people. And we all remember, I think Daniel brought up Grant Marshall. We all remember, someone like a Turner Stevenson. It was nice to see him on the 0-3 night there, but he was a big part of the team. He was a big physical force.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more I like the Lazar move. I was more concerned about his speed, but he actually does have some good skating skills. The more I looked into it, and like we said, Vancouver has just been a pit for so many players the past, season and a half or so. Maybe getting out of there, reuniting with some old friends like Eric Halla, getting an opportunity on a team that is young, that is hungry, that can look to him as a leader as well. I think that might be a really good thing for him. But don't be surprised to see those guys kind of rotating in and out. Those 4, Sharon Govich, we've talked about it. We love the way he plays, but he's not consistent with the scoring. He hasn't really turned it on here playing with Jack and Jesper like I think everyone was hoping he would during this time. And we know as soon as Timo's ready, that's exactly where Timo is going. They cannot break up that top line right now because Dawson Mercer, Tuna, and Nico are all on fire. That line just worked. You want to move them to the second line? Okay, fine. But I think Timo goes with Jack and Jesper. And then that third line, I originally thought you moved Sharon Govich to it, but now I'm wondering if you move Lazar there. And you keep Palat, Halla, Lazar. And then you can keep the BMW if you want, or you can move Sharon Govich down to that 4th line. Jesper Boquist will fit in there as well. If you feel, Bastion is still struggling to get back to the form. Maybe you have a game where it's, Sharon Govich and Boquist on the wings in between McLeod. You got a bunch of options now, which is a good thing for that bottom 6. So they're starting to produce points again, which is really nice. We talked about it at last Devils After Dark. Mikey McLeod has hit a career high in points this season. Love seeing that. So we are stacked. We are stacked right now. You're right, Ariel. Plenty of offensive power for this team. They get that defense shored up. You know, we got some better quality goaltending right now. Devils, I don't know why people are just dismissing them. I mean, they're 2 points off of Carolina right now. They're third in the league.
They're 2 shootout wins.
Yeah.
Carolina.
They're third in the friggin' league without any of these additions. We've had one bad month this entire season. You know what? That's fine. We will be the Rodney Dangerfield of the NHL. You don't want to give us any respect? Fine. Love it. Love it. Count us out. Don't think we can make any moves. Don't think we can make any noise in the playoffs. Fine by me. Say it all you want, because you know what? It's just going to get pinned up on the chalkboard, pinned up on the chalkboard, pinned up on the chalkboard, pinned up on the chalkboard. That's what's going to happen. They are third in the league. Not in their division, not in their conference. The friggin' league. Don't give them any respect. You know what? Sunday, I'm going to come back with I'm going to look up some best of Rodney Dangerfield jokes, and we're going to do Rodney Dangerfield jokes, I think, on Sunday night, Devils After Dark, after the Arizona game. I think that's what we might have to do.
I'm going to watch Pulp Fiction.
Good. You should. It's an American classic, Sam Wu. You damn well should watch some Pulp Fiction.
Bill
We're going to have to, I think we're going to have to do some Rodney Dangerfield jokes.
Bill wrote, Sam, predict a cup by 24, 25. They're out of schedule. They're out of schedule right now.
Oh, man. Thank you, Selecta. That's right. Third in the league. And
Just
yes, JP, it did bring back John Travolta's career.
Just remember, nobody wanted Lindy Ruff, but he's got this team third in the league and looking really, really good. And they can compete with Carolina and Boston.
That's right, Bill. I went to an AA meeting, and they said there was a 2-drink limit. Whoa.
Don't know that either.
My doctor told me I should run 5 miles a day for 7 days a week. I said, Doc, I'm 35 miles away from home. What was the name of Rodney Dangerfield's doctor? Dr. Vinny Boombots. Dr. Vinny Boombots. Oh, wait. My Dr. Vinny Boombots. I'm going to have to get the tie and everything like that. We're going to have to look up some Rodney Dangerfield jokes, I think, because I feel like this team's getting no respect.
It's true, and it happens, and it happened in the past with the Devils' playoff runs in the past and Stanley Cup runs. It's just like, and when they couldn't figure out why the Devils were so good, they just called us boring. And I'm talking about the media. And, you know, ESPN, you know, did you see that clip yet?
Oh my God! I mean,
it's like
if anyone didn't see that, kudos to our pregame game day live host Vinny Parisi for sending out that tweet and actually getting it picked up by Howie Rose, the voice of the New York baseball Metropolitans, and retweeting it there for ESPN just crapping on the NHL and its product and its fan base, and the game itself. And it's like, dudes, you actually are, that's where all the games are. They're on ESPN. And Howie's right. Bettman's not going to care as long as the check cashes. That's all they care.
Yeah. R. Nunez says, Sam, why hasn't there been any talk about Lindy extension? No one has asked Fitzy about it in the press conferences. That is true, but I think Fitzy is he wants to see results. He wants to see him get in the playoffs, and he wants to see results before you start dishing out an extension to Lindy. It's kind of like a Daniel Jones thing. Prove it to me, and we'll talk after the season, right?
Yeah.
Also, getting back to that ESPN thing, your comment about Gary Bettman. Gary Bettman.
Well, that was Howie Rose.
Yeah.
Let's credit that's what Howie Rose says. I'm just agreeing with Howie Rose.
Yeah. But Gary Bettman and Bill Daly, I know from experience, are very sensitive to network deals and the perception of the NHL Shield. They take that very seriously, and it wouldn't surprise me if there's internal memos going back and forth between ESPN and the league. I'm not saying that there is, but it wouldn't surprise me because they take that stuff very seriously. Even though that was kind of like, I wouldn't say innocent, but ESPN should know better. And, I just think that I bet you the league did probably make a phone call on that.
We'll see. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have any really faith in Gary Bettman, but either way.
I'll tell you off air. I'll leave
I'm not a huge fan of Gary Bettman, so.
Yeah.
Bill, check out Vinny Parisi's tweet because Howie Rose, he basically just said it's a slap in the face to all of hockey fans in the USA, and I believe that's what he said verbatim. It was just if Gary doesn't care as long as ESPN's check cashes. Sam, do you have it? I think Sam's got it right here.
Yeah. I got this screenshot of it. Give me 1 second here. I have a lot of screenshots of a lot of things from Twitter. Give me one moment. Let's see here.
A Royale with cheese. You know what they call a quarter pound of cheese in France? A Royale with cheese. Sam Moore doesn't know what I'm talking about.
No, because I'm looking
Oh,
at
man.
Rose.
I shot Marvin in the face.
Don't know that one.
Why am I the one back here picking up all the brain? You're the one who shot him. You're going to be the one that's on brain detail.
This is an absolute slap in the face to every single hockey fan in the USA, says Howie Rose on his Twitter account. Coming from ESPN, it's no surprise. If I were Gary Bettman, I would be furious and speak out publicly. But of course, as long as the check clears, nothing else matters, especially loyal fans and viewers. Well, Howie's no longer doing Islanders games,
Yeah,
so
just the Mets radio, yeah.
And he probably just doesn't care, which is great. Which is great,
No, I think Ariel, it's what they call a Whopper, and he goes, I didn't go into Burger King. I don't know, I didn't go into Burger King. La Big Mac. Big Mac's a Big Mac, but it's La Big Mac. What do they call a Whopper? I don't know, I didn't go into Burger King.
R. Nunez says TNT does a much better job than ESPN. I agree.
Agreed right there, R. Nunez.
All ESPN had to do, at least for 1 year, is bring back Gary Thorne and Bill Clement. And it would have brought back the nostalgia. It would have brought back the hardcore fans. But instead, there's some elements of the ESPN, their telecasts that are decent. Bill Agnew says ESPN has the exposure. Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, 22% of viewership down, that's all on ESPN as far as I'm concerned. I mean, TNT, they do a great job.
I think TNT does an excellent job, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's professional. Some of the stuff, I like a lot of the ESPN personalities, but there's a lot missing there. And they didn't hit the mark, unfortunately.
No, they didn't. I like Steve Levy, and what's his name? The guy that does the college football. He did Monday Night Football, I think, for
Sean
one
McDonough?
season. Yeah, I like the way he's. I think he sounds very college football. I don't like him for the NFL, but I think he sounds pretty good for the NHL. I didn't mind him.
He's not bad.
He's not bad. I like Steve Levy though, because I know Levy really loves the game too, and he's always. Yeah. I think he's a Rangers fan, but I think I like him because he loves hockey, and he always has, and he's always supported it. You know. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Buccigross, even though he loves the sport as well. But I don't know. That one game where he was the announcer, it was just so ridiculously corny that I heard him and Ray Ferraro when they did that one Devils game. It was just so bad. But Sean McDonough, the thing is he's a professional broadcaster, and that's what I like about it. It doesn't sound like it's a joke, you know. Yeah. Levy has personality to him, but he also has his Monday Night Football experience as well. And he's a professional broadcaster, which I really like. He's not a sports center. I mean, he was, but he's also a real play-by-play person. He's not just a sports center personality that they throw into the play-by-play. Hey, go give this a shot, like that. I don't like. So I like McDonough's. He's not super exciting, but he's very professional. I don't know.
I can tell you. Because Bill Agnew,
Emily Kaplan's pretty good too.
Bill Agnew wants me to tell my Steve Levy story. So,
oh boy,
no,
person that's never going to come on the show. Now you're going to call him a Neanderthal too?
No. When we had Joe Yerdon on, Joe Yerdon was working for at the time in 2012 the NBC's Pro Hockey Talk, and I actually had credentials. For the Stanley Cup Finals in 2012, and in the media room, it was like probably a 40-minute conversation between me, Joe Yerdon, and Steve Levy, sitting there at a table, just talking like hockey, because that was, if you remember, that was right before the lockout, and Gary Bettman, Game 1 at the Prudential Center, was front and center talking about the collective bargaining agreement. And it was surreal because here I am sitting in the back row, press conference, Gary Bettman, and everybody in the press wanted to know, is there going to be hockey next season? What it is. And sitting right behind me, literally an inch away from me, was Donald Fear. And as soon as that press conference ended, everybody turned around, and I had the microphone right in front of Donald Fear, and he had his response and rebuttal. It was like it was the coolest thing, and Steve Levy was there. You know what? I
think Levy's a Flyers fan, actually, not a Ranger. But either way, sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I will tell you this. There's one opportunity I missed. I could have gotten a picture with Aaron Andrews. Aaron Andrews was there as well in the media, but I chickened out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'll agree with R. Nunez and Ariel. I think Kevin Weeks does a really good job. And who said Bob Wischusen? JP. Bob Wischusen does a good job as well. Another professional broadcaster. I like what he brings to it. And Selecta, I cannot do that scene. What does Marcellus look like? What? Say what again? You speak English and what? English, mother! Do you speak it? What? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Watch Pulp Fiction.
I'll watch Half-Baked.
Give Mrs. Wu a foot massage, all right? Give Mrs. Wu a foot massage. Jamie Hirsch. Oh, on NHL Network. She does a great job, too. I like Jamie Hirsch on NHL Network. She's good. Her and LG Red, they do a good job. Of course, when you see Rupper and Dano and all them. All right, Sam's got to get going over here. He's got to get up early.
Sorry.
It's almost 2 in the morning. It's only 10:45, 10:53 over here for me.
Now
so
Bill Agnew says keep the show going to 3.
To 3 a.m. We're gonna have an all-nighter.
Or
we're raging.
You can take over, Scotty.
Sam's out. He's leaving. We're just going to do Pulp Fiction quotes now for the rest of the night. Sam's gone, so we can curse all we want, everybody. So now we can actually do the real Pulp Fiction quotes throughout the whole night. And I won't get docked any woo bucks for it. Oh, man. All right. Yes, and Ariel, everyone says just watch the damn movie already. So that's your homework assignment at some point, Samu. You got to watch Pulp Fiction, all right?
All right.
And I want to see a video of you and Mrs. Wu doing the Vincent Vega and Mrs. Wallace dance at Jack Rabbit Slim's. Okay?
What, like this thing?
Yeah. Mia Wallace.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. That's how I know it.
A little nice. Did you see Reservoir Dogs?
Nope.
Well, a little trivia for anyone out there. If you've seen Reservoir Dogs, Michael Madsen is Vic Vega, and John Travolta is Vincent Vega. They are brothers in the Tarantino universe. All those movies are very related. True Romance was written by Tarantino. It was directed by Tony Scott, but he wrote that, and I think he wrote the story for Natural Born Killers, but then Oliver Stone took it and did Oliver Stone stuff. But all those characters are all like interrelated. I think in Reservoir Dogs, when Harvey Keitel goes to talk, they ask him about Alabama, and that's Patricia Arquette from True Romance. All right, we're getting a little nerdy over here. You're right, Douglas. That was a great True Romance was phenomenal. Reservoir Dogs is amazing, Selecta. Give it another shot. Amazing movie. But all those characters are interrelated. Right, Sam Wu?
I've watched Billy Madison.
Sam was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about half the time, Scotty.
I've watched Dumb and
Anyway, let's... All right, that's a good one, too. I'm the foot effing master. That's right, Joseph Lanham. I got my technique all down. I don't even be tickling or anything like that.
The price is wrong, Bob.
Happy Gilmore.
That's a good one.
Oh, baby. Well, we haven't even done you versus Wu, so let's get to it real quick before we got to go here. Sam, score predictions. Anyone out there on the old YouTube or Facebook Live? If you had score predictions for the night,
well,
what did you have? What did you and Vinny have?
Arnaz got it right. Vegas 4-3. Bill Agnew had 4-3. Vegas.
Just the opposite. Okay.
Yeah, so they actually got it.
Okay.
Steve Engel, I think, gets the OTL 4-2 nights. But
okay,
I think he loses the OTL just because he's a Rangers fan, so can't give it to him.
Oh boy. Okay, what did you and Vinny have?
I forgot what Vinny said, but I said 5-4 Devils, so I actually get the OTL here.
Oh, very nice.
It
Good job.
easily could have been 5-4 Devils. I mean, heck, it should have been like 8-4 Devils.
It really should have been. They should have put up another touchdown tonight. They really should have.
Yeah.
Again, Aiden Hill had an amazing game. Okay, let's just keep it going. That first period was really good. The first period against Colorado was really good. Good to see that they're starting games off a little bit stronger. They got to continue that through now the second period, because we have seen a little dip in the second period. But they really need to continue these strong starts. They're very good for this team. And they've shored up the defense has played a little bit better recently as well, too. I have to say that. So, yeah, they lost the skills competition tonight. Make that OT like 8 minutes or 10 minutes. Man, someone will score just about every single night. I don't know how Hill stopped all eight shots in the OT like that. Devils were on fire. They got plenty of opportunities, plenty of offense, plenty of great moves, great passing. Just Hill had himself a hell of a game, and he deserved the first star. So we're going to head to Arizona. We get 1 day off. I think it might be Timo time. It might be. Well, we'll have to figure out what's going on with Lazar as well and check in on his injury and see where he actually stands physically right now. But I'm thinking it's going to be Timo time come Sunday against Arizona. And I think every Devils fan should be really excited about that, to watch and see how this team is just going to get even better. Even better.
There's going to be.
Why do we suck in the shootout? I'm not sure, JP. But like I said, let's make that OT 8 minutes or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm with Connor McDavid on that. Just make it a 10-minute OT. Someone will score in that 3-on-3. It's just those guys are just too good, and there's just too much ice out there. And it's a lot of fun for fans to watch. That OT was exciting as all hell.
You can actually make an argument that if it went 10 minutes, that Hill would have stopped it all.
You know what? And if that's the case, then they should just 1 point each, and that's it. If your goaltender is playing on his head that much that he can stop 10 minutes of 3-on-3,
bring back the ties.
Then just bring back the damn tie, okay? I am fine with that.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in on this purely. We hit 2 a.m. Devils After Dark, a true edition here on the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network. Thank you, everyone. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch. I'm here giving Scotty Pulp Fiction references. Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't see him, Martin. I'm sorry. They must have popped through, and I didn't even see them. Who's the guy that did the Mayday? What? That's not Pulp Fiction. Anyway, we can do more movie references next time. Maybe we'll do Pulp Fiction. Maybe we'll do Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We can do any Tarantino movie you want. I know them all. So, we'll make fun of Sam Wu for not seeing any of them. But either way, great game tonight. Wish they pulled it off, but they did play very well. Again, kudos. This is one of those ones where you just kind of have to tip your hat to the opposing goaltender. 49 stops. No. What do you have? 46 saves tonight on 49 shots, and the Kings had 29 blocks. Whew.
You mean the Knights?
What did I say? The Kings? Yes, I'm sorry, the Knights.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I was looking at Jonathan Quick on the bench, and I thought the Kings. Ooh. Talk about motivation. Wow. Bet you the Kings are like, oh, you're trading him to the Knights? You mean our chief rival? Oh. Even though he's been terrible this year, but man, if you needed to get motivated, that will do it.
Yeah.
But thank you, everyone, and thank you for Sam Wu for staying up the late night here as we party here on Devils After Dark. Devils get the point, and they're off to Arizona to face the Coyotes on Sunday night from the old mullet. So get your Joe Dirt wigs ready, because we'll be rocking that on Sunday. Sam Wu, turn it over to you for the final goodbyes.
Want to thank everybody for tuning in on this real edition of Devils After Dark, dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes. Enjoy your day, everybody. Till next time, let's go Devils.